Good afternoon, Facebook Live. This is Jabari Long with episode number 12 of the Long Report. Now, last week we talked about the importance of utilizing the services of an agent for sellers. This week I want to talk about the importance of utilizing the services of an agent if you're a buyer. So a licensed agent, a licensed realtor, in most cases, our fee is paid for by the seller. So as a buyer, you're getting the use of professional services by a licensed realtor uh, almost 100% free, meaning that our commission is paid for by the seller. When the deal closes, the seller has negotiated a commission and we get paid. Now, I do want to say something that uh, the industry is moving more and more to buyers agents requiring retainer fees from their clients. I'm one of those agents who requires a retainer fee from my clients if we do not have a pre-existing relationship or if I haven't sold you any properties before. Because agents sometimes, buyers sometimes, they'll call about properties, and if their agent cannot answer the phone, then they'll just the buyers will work with the first agent who responds to them. And so there's I don't want to say not any loyalty, but people want what they want and they want it immediately. So we oftentimes will get a buyer's agent's contract signed. In addition to that, get a non-refundable retainer fee um, from our buyers so that we have a commitment to service that buyer, and that buyer has committed and agreed to work with us. It's very unlikely that if a buyer gives you money to provide a service that they'll work with another agent along the process because they really do want you to provide that service. So, but what else do you get from working with a buyer's agent? You're able to leverage our relationships. A lot of times we know the people that are listing the properties that you're interested in, and that has a distinct advantage when you have a relationship with somebody who has something that you want. Relationships with loan officers. In this industry, most buyers work with the loan officer recommendation from their realtor. So we know who closing deals, who's not closing, who has the best programs, rates, access to down payment assistance, and other incentives to help buyers buy properties in certain areas. Um, Access to pocket listings. What is a pocket listing? So when a agent works with the seller to list a property, they might have the listing a week before they actually put it on the MLS. So during that time, they're offering that property to other agents in their office and other agents that they work with in the industry to see if they can get it sold prior to actually putting it on the MLS. So what does that mean for you as a buyer? Although you're looking at sites like Realtor.com and other real estate sites, you don't have access to those properties that haven't been put on those internet sites as of yet. So you have a distinct advantage working with a realtor who may get an email or a phone call from another broker or realtor who's about to list a property in the area that you're interested in, so that you can have a little bit of a head start on seeing that property and submitting the offer before it actually becomes available. Also, we have brokers only open houses. So depending on the areas, if it's a higher end listing, oftentimes the listing agent will do a brokers only open house where they're just showing the properties to other realtors in the industry who may be working with buyers who are looking for properties in those areas. So when you want to know um, how this property just sold and it was only on the market for one day, that's because someone had access to that property before you did, and they were able to show it to their client and write an offer and get the seller to accept that offer prior to the property actually being on the market for a long period of time. So with the internet and the access of information, a lot of individuals feel like they don't necessarily need to work with an agent. And I'll tell you, as a buyer, if you are interested in properties and you call that agent or whomever is listing that property, that person that you're talking to, their first order or their first fiduciary responsibility is to their seller. So they, although they can legally represent you, they can legally write up an offer and submit it to their seller. Their initial responsibility is to representing their seller and making sure their seller gets the best deal possible. So you as the buyer, you want somebody who has that same interest in you, making sure that you as the buyer get the best deal possible and the best negotiated terms. So keep that in mind, buyers, when you're out here looking for properties to purchase and or lease. It will behoove you to work with the licensed realtor to assist you to get those deals done. Jabari Long with episode number 12 of the Long Report. Happy Easter to you.